My name is Scott Hamilton. I'm the lead writer for the Unwritten project, Adventures in the Ages of Mist and Beyond. So I wanted to kind of give you an example of the details of what's been going on with this project, some examples, and talk about a little bit what's going to be in the future of the game. So, first off, I'd like to point out this, what you're seeing here is the image for the cover of our book, and the cover image was provided by our own Shula, Claire Hamill, and who's of course an excellent artist. So so we felt that this particular picture was exactly the sort of feeling that we're trying to evoke from the project. Okay, so just a quick thing, for those of you who are not aware, what is Unwritten? Unwritten is a tabletop role-playing game, much in the vein of Dungeons and Dragons.
Keep facing right.
Okay, sorry. Much in the vein of Dungeons and Dragons, but with very different themes. It's intended as a way to help people tell stories in Mist and Demi. We are storytelling people in general here. And that's one of the things we love about Mist and Uru and Demi, that there is a depth of story. And we are all capable of telling stories, but we can tell better stories with better tools. And I felt that the tabletop role-playing genre was one of the best tools for creating a shared space, a shared imagination. Very similar to what we began to see in Uru, where people began to play characters, people began to develop their own stories in Demi and in the cavern. And so I wanted to take that a step further, as well as codifying this into a role-playing game so that I can expose the role players out there to this universe. Because very few people realize that there's so much depth to the Duniverse. And very often, they're surprised that there are role-playing options in the universe. So, once again, this is about people coming together and sharing a story and building a story together. So basically, the themes of Unwritten are adventure, discovery, and accomplishment. We very much see the Demi world as a place where there are infinite room for as many adventures as you like. Those of you who are familiar with the pulp genre, we describe Unwritten as pulp's nerdier sibling. So there are a lot of room for adventure in the world. Of course, discovery is a key thing in Mist and Uru, and the game is written around that concept being central. So that this is a game this is not a game about loot or anything like that maybe in traditional RPGs, but this is a game about discovering things and exploring new places. And finally, it's also about accomplishment. You will be characters in Unwritten do things, and they make things happen, and they build things. And as sort of the main characters being the successors to the Demi civilization, who are great builders, so are we. So, Unwritten is powered by Fate. Fate, the Fate core engine is a role-playing game by a company called Evil Hat Productions. They are, in the current role-playing industry, one of the great names in the industry. They developed the game Fate Core, as well as the Dresden Files role-playing game. They are currently up for Best Game and Product of the Year for the Emmy Awards, which are the role-playing game industry's version of the Oscars. So they are currently up for Best Game, Best Rules, and Product of the Year. Their Fate Core book was a very successful Kickstarter from the previous year. So I am hoping to right on their coattails. And be able to pull more role-playing people into the Myst universe. You can see a small list of other games that have been powered by this engine. The Dresden Files RPG for fans of Jim Butcher's Dresden Files. Atomic Robo, which is a series of comics. The RPG for that just came out in phase. Octane Cthulhu, which is, if you're a role player, you like Cthulhu. And there are literally dozens more. Everything from hardcore science fiction to 60s swinging agents to prehistoric tribes fighting each other. So Fate, as an engine, supports a wide degree of different role-playing styles and backgrounds. And for that reason, we felt it was something that was perfect for the Myst universe. I want to talk about the people who are involved currently right now, most of which are in this room right now. Of course, there's myself, the head writer. There's my lovely wife, Ellery, who is co-author, graphic design, and chief cat herder. That seems to be one of her great skills. Gary Buttle, otherwise known as Alumnat. Did I get that right?
Close enough.
Oh, close enough? Okay. Who is our domain expert and cartographer. We are having maps of Agura and the cavern. Quinn Avery, also known as Capella. He's our copy editor. This name here is not a name that most of you will probably recognize. This is Leonard Balsara. He's our development editor. And he is special because he is the person who created this game engine in the first place. In a way, when it comes to role-playing games, he's sort of one of the people up in the Rand Miller level in the role-playing game world. And he is a massive Myst fan. He played Uru, he's played it for a game, he's read all the novels, and when he heard that this project was underway, he came to me and said, "This is the best thing ever. I would love to talk to you about it." And so we hired him to provide development. And he's provided some very key information and key insight to how this goes on. We also have some of our alpha testers. Once again, my wife Ellery, Chris, our son, Gary, Ocelot, Quinn, Ian Panda, aka Pharaoh Guy, and Kurt Dankmeyer is a friend of mine who's done some things in the role-playing industry as well. We'll talk about the artists, and we've got some examples here. Once again, we've got Claire Hummel, Shuma, who's provided art for the interior as well as the cover art. Reba McNeil, which I don't think she is here, but she is a member of the fan community. Robert Barnett, who is here. I don't know where he is, Robert. Shane, we were here. He asked us if he could do some art, and he's provided some excellent art, as you can see right there. It's one of my favorites of Actress right there. Miguel Santos, who is a well-known illustrator in the RPG community. You can see a small bit of one of the ages there. It's a little washed out up there. But that is a picture of one of the ages that was designed by one of our Kickstarter backers. And we have Tazio Benton. Tazio is a very prolific author, illustrator in the RPG community, and also another closet Myst fan. What you see right there is his rendition of Kadish. And last person, at least, is Didi Willingham, who's a member of the Uru community, and she's done a lot of art and on the Uru session forums for many years, and she's done some character art for us as well. I want to talk about our Kickstarter. We had a very successful Kickstarter last year. Ended in November of last year. We had 558 backers from 20 different countries, including Canada, the UK, France, Germany, the Netherlands, and Hong Kong. So people came out of the woodwork from around the world. Our goal was $5,000 to cover the basics for art and printing, and we got $35,000. I definitely want to take this chance to, thank all the backers. I know there are a number of them in this room and probably listening on the stream as well. We were blown away by the response, and we are working very hard to make this worth every dollar that you gave us. We have a couple listed the rewards that backers are receiving on different levels. Of course, there's a PDF of the game book. One lucky person got a custom Dini translation from Raba, who was very kind to pledge some of his time to us. And they gave him a monster sentence to translate, and he very nicely took it on and returned it back to them. Several people got the option to design an age that is going to be included in the Unwritten book, and so we have a total of 10 of those now, there's some very creative people, that's all I have to say. And so you're really going to like those. We had custom tokens for Fate. Fate uses tokens. You can see them on the lower right. Laser cut into cedar. I'll have some around if anyone wants to ever see them. Custom Fate dice. You can see those up there. In the middle are actually hand-carved wooden dice boxes, inscribed with the word Unwritten Indity on the top. So some of our higher level backers got that. Also, if we're moving from right to left, you can see these the brass pendant there. That was made by Rib. Rib, where are you here? Over there. There's Rib over there. She made several of those pendants for us, and you can see some of her work in the prize table. Some of that's going to be auctioned off. And finally, you can see this is our art pendant on the left, made by Ellery, which is a pen and a beetle and a book. Other things I want to mention here, fake dice, art posters. We also got a short story written in the Dini setting by Hugo Award-winning author David D. Levine, he won the Hugo Award for his short stories in science fiction. That was released to the backers. And will soon be available for free on his website. He wrote a very nice, very interesting story of someone discovering an old maintainer installation, and hijinks ensue.